Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
The dicey weather continues into this evening with our first alert storm team saying we're not done with the strong thunderstorms just yet. They've been firing through the day, and one of our viewers captured this from Middle River, Minnesota, the storm that produced ominous clouds earlier. Let's begin with a quick look at what's happening right now throughout the valley. Hutch?
Today is a Valley News Live Weather Alert Day.
Thanks so much, Mike. As we head into the overnight hours, we still have strong thunderstorms in northwest Minnesota, mainly near Lake of the Woods, Roseau County. A little bit of activity starting to develop in the Southern Valley, as we talked about in the early evening shows. Let's get right to the latest, though. This strong cell right here just to the east of Roseau with all of the pinks here, capable of some sizable hail moving to the northeast at 40 miles per hour. It's going to be pushing toward the War Road area here as we speak. Hail core producing up to 1-inch diameter hail the way it looks now, and some weak rotation showing up in that cell as well as it moves to the north. So we have an area up here that we're concerned about in the northern land. The watch continues there. It's been canceled through the western reaches of the Highway 2 corridor, and it remains in effect till 11 here in the Southern Valley, but development is expected into the overnight for the south. We are not done yet. Take a look at all the activity here, some firing along this boundary. So if I took my pencil, I'll circle this area here. That's the area where in the late night hours and overnight we're expecting development. I'll have details in your hour-by-hour forecast here, Mike, in just a few moments, but we'll be on top of it right here.
Important information, that's for sure. Thanks. Thousands of people have had a tough go of it through the overnight hours and well into today as well when they lost power because of Sunday's storms. That includes those at home without any air conditioning and the crews working through the heat of the day to get everything back up and running. Valley News Team's Katie Opperly spoke with Xcel Energy to find out about the weather situation as we head through another night of trouble.
Xcel Energy says at its peak, about 16,000 customers were left without power in our region.
Most of these where the winds were so strong that if they get the lines galloping and they can tip over a pole, or if you blow a branch into the line when they cross two of the conductors, so you get a fault on the line.
Roughly 90 crew members were sent out into the community to help get the power turned back on, some coming all the way from St. Cloud to help out.
It turned into quite a process. Our local crews started the project out, and we got a large bulk of the customers on by 7 this morning, but we had about 150 scattered jobs that were still left in the morning. So we put out the call for contractor crews and some of our crews from other areas to come and help us.
Homes and streetlights went dark. Even the pool at Island Park in Fargo was forced to close on their first day open for the season because of the outage. Nisbet says they believe everyone will be back on tonight as long as they can accept power, but the work doesn't stop there.
The worry is with bad weather coming again, we are going to keep those out-of-town crews here overnight in case we get a flare-up again or a repeat of what happened last night.
Xcel says they are cycling their crews to prepare for continued active weather so that no one has to stay without power. In the FM area, Katie Opperly, Valley News Live.
Xcel Energy says they thank everyone for their patience as they have had to respond to a high volume of calls through the outage. They are continuing to work to bring power to you. The organizers behind Friday's peaceful rally are accusing the Fargo Police Department of illegal surveillance. The group called One Fargo says the problem goes beyond former Deputy Chief Todd Osmundson. Osmundson resigned last week after more than 30 years on the force. He was initially suspended for being undercover without permission during the May 30th riot in downtown Fargo. One Fargo didn't present any proof for its claims and wouldn't take questions from Valley News Live or other news outlets.
It is our belief that this process has to be transparent and shared with a community yearning for change. Lady Justice is marching in the streets. She has made her way to Fargo.
The city of Fargo sent out a statement today saying that One Fargo did meet with them this morning and made several accusations against police. Any complaints that they are made against the police in regard to that May 30th event will be reviewed by Fargo Mayor Tim Mahoney as opposed to the police chief. 3 Cass County election judges walked out on the job last week, saying county officials are not doing enough to protect them from the coronavirus. They tell us people were not required to wear masks and gloves, although they were being provided for free. Half the people wore masks and the other half reportedly disagreed, saying it's their right to. Mail-in ballots are being counted at the space at the Ramada Inn to help with social distancing. The former employees say that wasn't enough.
We have to leave. I live with a mother who's dealing with stage 4 lung cancer right now.
I'm deeply concerned that if I were to contract the virus, I would not make it.
Despite having a record amount of ballots, the Cass County election coordinator says that 3 judges leaving will not impact county ballots. She says that she's relying on guidance from Fargo-Cass Public Health and not from force election judges to wear a mask. If you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, call our whistleblower hotline at 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth. 3 people were injured but not seriously in a 2-vehicle crash that happened within the last hour. The call came in to 3rd Street and 23rd Avenue North in Fargo around 9:30, saying a pickup and a car collided. There was concern that one of the vehicles veered off into a fence of a nearby home, which you can see right there. As we said, no one was seriously hurt. 2 people are now facing multiple charges in connection with a murder in Moorhead. Police say 32-year-old Cameron St. Clair and 35-year-old Aaron Sunby have been charged in the death of Richard Steffen in the 1600 block of 20th Street South. They both are charged with 2nd and 3rd degree murder, 2nd degree manslaughter, and several other charges. Police say that Richard Steffen was one of 2 victims injured during the incident. The former Minneapolis police officer charged with 2nd degree murder in George Floyd's death will remain in custody on $1 million bail. Derek Chauvin said little during an 11-minute hearing in which he appeared on closed-circuit television from the state's maximum security prison that's located in Oak Park Heights. His attorney did not contest the bail amount, nor did he address the substance of the charges in court. Over the weekend, 2 employees with the West Fargo Police Department tested positive for COVID-19. Other staff are now being tested, including Interim Chief Jerry Boyer, and are quarantined while they wait for the results. Protocols developed at the start of the pandemic have ensured that the proper number of officers are available to protect and serve the community of West Fargo, while others are or may be in quarantine. North Dakota is reporting 19 new positive COVID-19 cases. Over 80,000 people have now been tested for the virus in the state. Right now, there are 472 active cases in the state. That's down 11 from yesterday. There are no new deaths reported. That's the 2nd straight day that's happened, keeping the death toll linked to the virus at 72. Minnesota is reporting another 11 deaths linked to COVID-19. The death toll for the state is now 1,197. Overall, another 338 new positive cases were reported today. Over 23,000 people are listed as no longer needing isolation. There are 3,370 active cases in the state.